Hey everybody, I am going to be talking about these folios. These are from Maker South, and I've been kind of going through all of the new folios that I've gotten over the last couple of months. So these are the last folios that I have received, and this was my first order from Maker South. And it's a small company, and they're based in Alabama, and it's run by Crispian and his wife Erin. And basically I contacted him through the website in the custom order form that he has on the website, and I basically just told him what I was wanting. Because I thought the website was a little bit hard to navigate. So I just decided to fill out that form and just tell him what I was looking for. And then we would just go from there. So I told him I wanted an A6 size folio, and I wanted it to pretty much fit snugly on a Midori MD notebook, the A6 size. And then I told him I wanted another folio that was basically a standard traveler's notebook size, or regular traveler's notebook size, or Midori size, but I wanted it as a folio. And I wanted it to be able to house a Nanami 7Cs cut down to standard, or this is a Taroko Shop Enigma notebook that I had cut down to standard size. So, and then I gave him some exact measurements of the notebook, namely the thickness of it, to just make sure everything would fit nice. And I was looking through the leathers on his website, and that's the kind of thing that kind of gets me nervous, because I really want to be able to feel the leathers and bend them and hold them and just figure out exactly what I want. So I just had to kind of base it on the stock photos that he had on his website, and then the photos that he had on his Instagram. So when I emailed, I just told him the sizing that I wanted, and then I said I would like kind of the most pliable or the floppiest leather that you have, and I'm thinking it might be your Broken Oak Crazy Horse. And I really liked the look of that leather. So I just kind of put that out there to see what he would say, and maybe he would suggest a different leather. And he replied, and he was so helpful. And it was a quick reply. Like, he replied really quickly back to me. And he kind of explained how Broken Oak Crazy Horse was. He said it was like more of a medium hand, and he wouldn't call it floppy. And then he said, because I noticed I didn't really see any oil tanned leathers on his website. And then he just went ahead and suggested, if you're looking for a floppy leather, I actually have some oil tan in the back that I think would do the trick. And I didn't even think to ask if he had oil tan, and he suggested it, and I was just kind of like, yeah, I'll take that. And he linked one of his Instagram posts, and he said that it was an oil tanned leather in that post, but he said he did have a darker version if I wanted a darker brown. And the notebook that was in the Instagram post was more of like a caramel color. So I just told him, yeah, I'll take whatever oil tan you have in the darker brown color. And I was actually kind of excited because, when you say something's like darker brown, it's not very specific. So this was pretty much going to be a surprise for me. And I didn't mind that for some reason. So I was kind of excited to go with that. And then I requested that I wanted the stitching to be brown, but I didn't want it to blend in completely. So I wanted it, a little bit lighter than the brown of the leather. So he was like, okay, a little bit lighter stitching. So unfortunately, I have no idea what this leather is. I don't know if it has like an official name or if it was just something he just like literally had in the back. And then I don't know what stitching color this is because I just said a little bit lighter than the brown leather. So I'm sorry about that if you wanted to know details. And then I just requested straight pockets on the front and the back of each of these. And so that's what I got, and he totally delivered. And one of the things that kept me from ordering in the past was that if you just look at the notebooks he creates, it does not have stitching all the way around the perimeter. His designs pretty much just have the stitching where the pockets are. So then the spine, there's a gap here and there's no stitching. So one of the things that I requested was to have continuous stitching all the way around, and he very happily and easily obliged and, said that wasn't a problem. And I also told him that the more character, the better. Like, I love anything like that. Wrinkles, scars, anything like that. And I opened this A6 first, and holy moly, this thing has the craziest wrinkles in it, and they won't come out, which is really, oh my gosh, look at that. And so this is like he said, an oil tanned pull-up leather. And this actually fits my notebook with the clear plastic cover on it, the MD plastic cover, which is really great because this is an oil tan, which means it will stain your papers. And that is completely fine with me. That's probably a deal breaker for a lot of people, but oil tanned leather is my absolute favorite. And so this is just par for the course if you want to use that kind of leather with any kind of paper products. So it just comes with the territory, and I'm totally okay with it. But look at the crazy pull up in this. And I will say that I have never in my life felt an oil tan like this. This is the most oily leather that I have ever felt. And it's just like the way that the pull-up just kind of blooms out is insane. Can you believe that? This is just crazy. And so I adore this. I absolutely love this leather, and it was an incredible, incredible surprise to me. And this will all go back down, all the pull-up that I create, but these wrinkles and lighter marks that are here, they just will not rub out. But it was funny because when my husband handled this, he grabbed it, and the first thing he said to me was, "Oh, why does this feel wet?" Because it is so saturated, and so I was like, what are you saying? Like, it's oil tan, don't you know? So I just am so happy with this, and I wish I knew what it was, and I wish I knew if I could order some more. But in any case, it was made to hold, like I said, my Midori MD A6 notebook, and it is a perfect fit. It is so completely flush with this, and I just absolutely adore how this fits. But I've also put a Nanami cafe note, and let me grab that. So this is a Nanami Cafe Note, so it's the A6 size, and this actually fits beautifully in here as well. So the sizing on this is just perfect, and if I decide to change out what I'm using in here, it'll be really easy for me to use multiple notebooks. As you can see there, look how amazing that is filled out. I love it. And then, you know, it stays completely shut. And as far as, you know, details like the stitching and stuff, they use that really thick waxed thread. I think it's the tiger thread, but in any case, it's that really thick, durable kind that I've just grown to become such a fan of that. And you can see where he seals it. It's really nice and really clean, and it's, you know, all just right here in the middle. And then right where the two leathers meet, where I would consider it a stress point, it is double stitched right there. You could see that. I just think that's really awesome because it just makes me feel like I can pull on this and stuff these pockets and just really use this without worrying about stressing on that one specific stitch. So the fact that it's this really durable, thick thread and then it has a double stitch there, it just makes this feel all the more durable. And I just really, really love it. It is so rich feeling, very, very rich feeling. And the edges, they're not burnished, but it just has this kind of raw quality to it. And I love seeing all the different colors of the different layers. And I think it just lends itself to the kind of rugged character and quality that this whole notebook is. So I'm just really, really enjoying this. And in this one, as you can see, this one it's, you know, smoother in color, or it's more even in color. But this one does have like little tiny, I guess, bug bites and scarring just all over. There's the maker's mark right there. And I really, really love theirs. I'm a fan of this one. It just looks really awesome. But yeah, so you can see I have some staining here. And I mean, for this, I'm planning on collaging and, you know, sealing with tape on the inside of my covers and the outside as well. So this isn't any kind of issue for me. And you can see here, there's some more scarring and marks and stuff, and just, you can see the sheen on this when you handle it and kind of move it around. There's so much oil in this. It just makes my heart happy. And yeah, and there's the, let me take this book out real quick. This is a monster of a book. So yeah, you can see it's the Taroko Shop Enigma. And this, the stitch, or where he seals the stitching again, is really nice and flat and smooth. And yeah, just a very, very simple design that I wanted. And a funny story, I was charged, so it was $50 for this one, and then it was $100, you know, for the bigger one. And I've said this before, where I'm always used to paying pretty much double for my standard size notebooks. And I didn't really pay attention to the invoice because it said ×2. And I just assumed, well, this was number one and this is number two. And I guess I just kind of read it that way. And when he was getting started on my order, he contacted me again, and he was like, I don't remember discussing that you wanted 2 of these. And I just want to be clear, you just wanted 1 A6 and 1 standard size. And so I replied and said, yeah, that's right. And so he replies back and says, oh, well, then I owe you a refund. And so I got $50 back because this was only supposed to be $50. So it was just $50 for each of these. And if that was not caught, like, I wouldn't have thought I was out any money. And if I had received 2 of these, like, I wouldn't have been mad about that. You know, that would have been like an awesome perk. But in any case, like, I think his pricing is amazing. So I'm just really, really happy with these. And I'm so pleased with our interaction and just how kind and receptive he was. And so happy with this final product and this amazing leather that he suggested to me. And I don't really need anything. Like, this was the last notebook I needed. And well, both of these were the last ones that I really had on my wish list. But now that I'm looking at all of his other leathers, I would just love to, I don't know, at some point be able to try out some of the like the Dublin. I think he has a nut brown Dublin leather that looks gorgeous. And then of course the Blackjack Crazy Horse, Broken Oak Crazy Horse. And I would just love to try out some of those. Maybe I'll just like ask for a bunch of samples or something and buy those instead. But yeah, if you have any experience with this shop, let me know what you got, because I would love to know how all of the other leathers are, and if specifically they would work in a folio style like this, and, you know, kind of flip over and without an elastic closure, because I just prefer with such a simple design like this to not have an elastic closure on it. And that's just me. That's just how I am. But in any case, I'm just so happy with these. And yeah, let me know your experiences if you've shopped with Maker South before and the things that you've gotten. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye.